And I do believe that we have rotten politics, and I'm not using that as an exaggeration.
Hey everyone and welcome. In this video we're going to be having a look at the EU as they start to realise the error of their ways when it comes to treating the UK with contempt at every opportunity and trying to bully us into things. Well, it seems that the EU member states are now realising just how much of a problem us leaving on no deal will be, you ready, for them. Now this is from a Belgium MEP, Geert Bourgeois. Listen to what he's got to say, everyone. It puts into complete clarity what would happen if these talks break down. This proves that the EU are 100% desperate for anything other than a no deal. So if Boris gets us anything rubbish after this point that isn't completely in our favour, you know it's because of Boris and not the EU, because the EU are terrified we're going to walk on a no deal. Perfect ammunition for a negotiation. But anyway, I digress. Let's have a look at the video.
Everything ought to be done in the last days, the last hours, to try and reach an agreement.
Could reply to that one really though, mate. You've had 4.5, nearly 5 years, and you still haven't done it yet. What difference will a few more days make?
Because the consequences of a no deal, ladies and gentlemen, are horrendous. For the European Union, we would lose 1.2 million jobs. And this would come over and above the disaster of Corona.
Yep, you heard that right. 1.2 million jobs they stand to lose. As an estimate, I mean, it's obviously going to be an overestimate with the EU, but it still shows just how damaging us getting a no deal would actually be.
The UK would lose more than 500,000 jobs. In Flanders, we would lose 2.6 of our GDP and 30,000 jobs. So I'd like to ask the Commission to do some rapid work on the Brexit fund to make sure that those regions and sectors that are hit hardest to be covered. If we can counterbalance or compensate for the downsides of Brexit, maybe we can have some new trade agreements that are absolutely necessary. And I think, ladies and gentlemen, that it must be possible to reach an agreement with pragmatism and flexibility to find a balance between the sovereignty of the Brits and the integrity of our single market that they have to respect.
Let me say this at the end though, everyone. I agreed with most of what he was saying, and you can see the desperation in his face and the worry in his voice. What got me was the very end part where we can change the negotiations for pragmatism and flexibility, which sounds all well and good, doesn't it? But the last part of his speech was about figuring out how to respect our sovereignty while protecting the single market. Two don't go hand in hand. There's no way of rectifying that. Let me say this. We should not and will not accept any sort of alignment in regards to your regulations and rules, considering our regulations and rules are probably better than most of yours anyway. Absolutely ridiculous, isn't it? One thing he did though say that I agree with, and it makes it sound like he's trying to set the way ahead for other nations to leave. Are we ready? Article 50 needs to be reviewed. I hope it will never be applied again, but if you want to leave, there should be a blueprint for it. See what I mean? Sounds to me like maybe Belgium are thinking of leaving as well. I think it's going to be like rats from a sinking ship. I think we should start running sweepstakes. Just do it for small amounts of prizes or something, and we'll figure out who's next. Personally, I'm starting to think Ireland might be next. What with them decimating the fishing from Ireland for so long, and now talking about increasing the quotas for EU mainland states and reducing islands, you can understand why, can't you? If you're not too sure what I'm talking about, look in the previous video. The link and the card is up above you. But anyway, I'd like to know your opinion on this one. Do you think this is the EU starting to realise? Do you think they always realised and they're just starting to crumble and the masks are starting to fall maybe? Maybe the desperation is oozing out now so much that they can't control it. Let me know what you think, everyone. In regards to Belgium, I really don't want us leaving to hurt the people of Europe. I've got no issue with the people of Europe whatsoever, mostly. I do have a major issue with the EU because it's a bureaucracy and no one votes for these muppets, the ones that truly control it all. It's an illusion of democracy that does very little for the people that it's supposed to govern, in my opinion. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon, share it out, everyone. Stay sane, and I'll see you on the next one.